Hey guys, how are you all doing tonight? So I have a new book review for you. This is a very special book because this is the 50th book that I've read this year. So I met my Goodreads challenge of reading 50 books. Woohoo! I don't have to read any more books this year, guys. I'm good. I'm kidding. So my book review for you guys tonight is on A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. This was an idea inspired by Shiobhan Dowd, and I really enjoyed this book. It wasn't anything I was expecting at all. I read this in a night. This is a very quick read. It's kind of set up like a children's book, but a very long children's book. So let's get started with the review. Our main character is Connor, and he is 13 years old. He's going through a very difficult time in his life. His mother has been diagnosed with a very serious illness, and she's been going in for treatments. And ever since then, Connor has been having some very terrifying nightmares. Very scary. It's not until one day that Connor is met by a monster, the yew tree monster, across his backyard. This yew tree monster kind of overlooks the graveyard behind his house, which is pretty creepy in itself. And he's been meeting Connor every night after midnight to ask him what the truth is. And that's basically where the plot takes off. The plot wasn't anything I was expecting at all. So let's talk about our characters. Let's talk about Connor. He is 13 years old. I think Connor reacted as realistically as anyone can in his circumstances. He acts out towards people who are trying to help him, and he is just in his own bubble. He's trying to keep everything that he's familiar with intact. You know, my heart felt heavy for Connor's character because you could kind of see where the plot was going, and it was just intense reading about his experiences. I really enjoyed the supernatural aspect that the monster brought, along with the realistic characters and their relationships that were going on. What I really enjoyed most though was the plot. I really liked how Patrick Ness kind of wrote the yew tree and kind of moved the plot along. It's about this kid trying to deal with the horrors of what was going on. But what he was going through is so universal. What I enjoyed the most were the parables and kind of the fairy tale-ish aspect in the book. The yew tree tells Connor 3 stories, and it's to help him understand his truth and hopefully realize what his truth is. You know, I thought that parable, fairy tale-ish factor in the book really added to the story, and it really brought me back. I think the story is written for a younger audience, middle grade to early teen, but really it's for anyone. I did think the plot did have a predictable shade to it. You could kind of predict how it was going. What I didn't expect was the truth, the end result of what Connor was trying to realize. So part of the story did have that predictability to it, but on the other hand, where it counts, I didn't expect what was coming. In the end, it was simple enough, but it didn't occur to me till it was revealed. So I thought that was really great. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to give A Monster Calls a readable rating. Highly enjoyed this book. I thought it was so lovely and touching, and my heart, oh my goodness, everyone in their life will experience. Probably not in the same circumstances, but I think the story is so relatable and identifiable. The illustrations really added to the story. It was beautifully written. The plot flowed really nicely. It stays with you, the story, for sure. So definitely check it out, guys. Currently, I'm reading Silence of the Lambs by Thomas Harris. So far, so good. Pretty creepy. I'll talk to you later, guys. I have so much to do. I still have to update my Tumblr. I haven't updated it since the beginning of the month. Anyways, guys, I'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Bye. Synonyms. Anyways, guys,